Well, greetings, 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 everybody. It's been a minute, but we are back. Teresa and I are back to encourage you today. We're just so grateful that you're here. You are tuned into LKM Kingdom Living Leslie's Lessons Learned. And we're so happy to be able to share with you today and hopefully brighten up your day. So I'm going to turn it. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to turn it over to Teresa. I want to thank her so much for being here and so hold on. Let me turn this off.
Oh,
Um, being here with us today just to help us get through the day. And it's kind of hard to say just to help us get through the day, but for us to experience life differently, for us to come into a different place of just getting through the day, to knowing that there's techniques that we can stand on that can help us for the rest of our lives. So, Teresa, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. But would you take a moment and just tell the audience about you, who you are, and what you do? I'll say this: Teresa does a lot of things now.
well, yeah, I do a lot, but it's all the same thing, and that's encouraging people to live a calmer, happier, more peaceful life. I'll say. But thank you for having me.
It
It's
was a
I
pleasure.
enjoy coming here. There's a comfort level that I have. And I guess it's just your energy and your spirit that does that for me.
Thank
So
you.
thank you. Um, yes, I'm Teresa Buxton. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I have my own online therapy practice for the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years now. But doing the work for a long time. And I'm also the creator of the Mindful Living community. And we
Yay.
once a week, Tuesday evenings, where I facilitate mindfulness meditations, visualizations, breath work, sound healing, things of those nature. Um, and that's it. And so I'm so happy to be here. You know, I say Miss Leslie, but has
Yes,
invited
she
me to
does.
come here to share a couple times a week just on mindfulness and mental health. And again, things that can help you live a calmer, more happier, and peaceful life.
So we have it worked out where it's going to be the first Thursday and the third Thursday, right? That Teresa will be here visiting us. But one week she'll do meditation, and the next week you'll do conversation. Is it on mental health or just different topics?
Yeah, mental health tips. Yes. And then a little, maybe sharing more information about some of the things that I do on the other week, the other time that I'm on. Like, so today I'm doing a meditation that is called the safe space or calm space meditation. So I could on another day go into detail about that.
And
So
we need
think
that.
about that. And if I'm doing a breath work practice, maybe how breath work impacts, what's the science behind this, or um, we'll see where God takes us.
Yay, we're going to be intelligent.
Oh, ooh, there's nothing like uh spiritual wisdom and revelation. There's no intelligence greater than that. So,
Amen. 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 So what you gonna do with us today?
okay. So the last time I took you through, oh, there's a meditation, and now the name is escaping me. The
The
rain,
rain, yes.
just to being able to recognize. your emotions and to sit with them and process them. And today it's just a meditation that's going to take you back to a calm space in your life. And so we can just get right on into it.
Okay. Ha- have habit.
All right. So um, let's just start by closing our eyes, or you're home, you're in a safe, comfortable space. Uh, you can just do that, relax into that. And then let's just spend a moment focusing on our breath, not doing anything to control it, just noticing your breath. And I hear a humming.
Is it on this side?
It almost sounds like my cat purring, but
Oh,
it can sound like that. But anyway, yeah, whatever that was. But you know what? That's something with mindfulness meditation. You really don't need to. I could have incorporated that into the meditation, because being mindful is about um, being accepting and allowing everything that's happening in the moment to just be, not to try to change it, to make it perfect, but to just allow it to be. So let's return and we welcome that experience into this moment. And let's return back to the breath, just noticing your inhales and exhales. Paying attention to your body, breathing. And this simple act of paying attention to your breath is a mindfulness of breath meditation. And it is good for when you're overthinking and your mind um, is looping. You can just, when you notice that your mind is looping and rehearsing thoughts, you can just stop and bring your attention back to your breath. And now I want you to think about an experience you've had or a place you've been that feels calm and safe. Perhaps it was walking on a trail or being at a beach, just an activity that you enjoy that brings you a sense of calm, safety, peace, tranquility. Maybe it's sitting on a porch. It's where you feel safe, where you feel calm. And perhaps you might be struggling to recall a place. And if that's the case, you can imagine you being somewhere where you feel completely safe. Now enhance that image. Noticing the sights, the color, the sounds, the smell, the sensations, taking in all of what you're experiencing. And think about a phrase that represents that place to you. It could be peace, it could be calm, maybe it's grateful or joy. But what word represents that place? And now say that word and notice how you feel, how your body feels, being in that safe, calm, serene, relaxing space. And maybe say to yourself, calm, whatever that word is, peace. And just take a moment to feel, notice how that feels as you affirm that feeling with the word. And just sit here for a moment, soaking up and savoring this feeling. And you can maybe add a little movement, maybe twirl your wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And that is a safe space meditation.
Thank you. I'm still blinking my eyes.
Okay.
That was a peaceful experience, something that we can incorporate during the day, even on our if we're working, uh, when the children is climbing the walls and you have to take them. What did they used to say? Woosah.
Wusa.
Take a moment and woosah and
Wusa.
just get in place of stillness. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when I think about the word says be still, even though it's talking about letting him lead the way, but even in that,
Mm-hmm.
and it talks about rest. It talks about just being in a place, and this is a place that we could actually get into and begin to relax.
Mm-hmm.
When we relax, that means that everything within us is at a standstill. So many words, where our body is healing. How about I say it that way? That
Mm-hmm.
when we take the time to relax, when we take the time to be still, we're giving our body, our mind that's on overload all the time, running, trying to figure out how to do this, how we're going to do that. Just give our body a moment of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you today for bringing that to us. I want to say greetings to all those that has come in. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. This the replay will always be. What was it? Was it last month or the month before? We've been trying to get it on. We did it one time, and then after that, we couldn't.
Weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad that we're here today. And the thing of it is that when you really do it, and I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it completely because I'm trying to watch um, the chats and things like that. And I
Yeah.
want to say to the trio, greetings, brother Ben, greetings, Renee, Dana,
Oh,
thank you, and anyone else that is here, thank you. I pray that you would take these tips and begin to incorporate them in your life so that your life can have more of a restful state, a peaceful state. Just, those few minutes cause you to be, you were talking about decluttering.
mm.
Everything that's going on the inside begins to declutter,
Oh wow, yeah.
you know. So I
And
don't know if you want to share anything else before we hang up, go
no,
off.
good. Just when you were saying woosah, that word that you associated with that feeling in your body, that can be your woosah. Woosah. So if you're feeling a little, stressed, jittery, or whatever, you can have a moment sitting at your desk at work, looking at, your son or daughter in the face after they said something sideways to you, and you can just say, peace, calm, and and get your
Right.
body to calm down a little bit. So, yeah.
And it really does work.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my atmosphere, I feel the shift in a difference. Not that it was out of, but there's just a calmness from just that space, that few minutes. It wasn't even long, just that few minutes of giving myself that self care, if we want to call it that.
Yeah,
So,
I
mhm,
love that. Giving yourself a minute of self care.
yeah,
That really is what it is. I was speaking with a client, and she was just talking about the little things that she was doing to incorporating the little things into her life. And she was like, I always felt like it had to be something, big and major. She was just saying being in the shower for an extra couple minutes and not just hurrying up and soaping up, rinsing off, but just being there for a moment and allowing the water to run over your body and just having a minute of peace. And that's it. It's the reverse, the saying, death by a million paper cuts or something like that. Little paper cuts over time build up those little microaggressions. But we can do micro doses of joy and peace and
yeah,
gratitude.
which is the
So,
word.
and it'll make a big difference. So,
Yeah, yeah. And that's what he said. He'll give it to us. We just have to position ourselves to receive it.
yes.
I hear James Cleveland's song, Little Becomes Much, when you place it in the master's hands.
Oh, yeah.
When we stop just for a moment and give him the opportunity to work. Man, what a difference it'll make for the rest of our day.
Little becomes much in the master's hand. I'm gonna ride that out this week. Little becomes much. We can put so much pressure on ourselves about
Yes.
having to accomplish so much or do so much, but little becomes much. I think Alicia in our community, journaling community, said it this morning, and my mind, what did she say? Oh,
Um,
progress over
oh,
perfection. Yes.
yes. Yes. Yes. The potential that we have when I'm trying to find it real quick. She said something yesterday that was I like to, but I don't want to hold you. Today's the ninth.
Well, while you look at that, I'll say this one little tip. You can laugh at yourself because I literally forgot my thought as I was talking. And it's okay. I can laugh
One of the,
at myself about it.
one of the things that it's not exactly like she said it, but she said allow heaven to take you on a tour of your life so
Mm-hmm.
that you can put fear in its perspective, and that's the word she used today a lot, perspective
Mm-hmm.
place. And for us to put things in a perspective place, it takes some being still and seeing it in a different light. And sometimes we're so cluttered, we don't see it in a different light. It's just like the saying I always say on Sunday. The man had a sign, and he said, "Can you help me? I'm blind." The young lady comes back along, and she flips it over and says, "It's a beautiful day. I can't see it."
Mm-hmm.
If we don't take that time in those moments, like you said, of rushing, and you said the lady said, I just take a few minutes more for my shower. In those times when we got to do this, we got to do that, and we just say no, pause,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have a different insight on what we see and how we see it because now we can see it differently. We give ourselves the permission.
Yes.
When we do these things, we're giving ourselves permission to see things differently, to operate differently, you know. Hey, sis, I see my
Give
sister.
yourself permission. You saying so many things that I could come back and speak on.
Please do. Yeah,
Giving ourselves permission, because we don't give ourselves permission enough.
yes,
I'll leave it there, and maybe that's what I'll speak on the next time.
yeah. And so she'll be back. What's that, the 23rd? I think I looked it up, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
prayerfully, everything goes well. She'll be back on the 23rd and she'll be talking about maybe about giving ourselves permission.
I'll make sure I'll add it in.
Yes, and to each and every one of you that's here, thank you. I pray you took a moment. If you did not, hey, um, Sister Doreen from the UK, thank you for being here. But go back and listen to the replay
Mm.
and do the exercise. Give yourself the time to recalibrate, which what we're talking about in
Mhm.
the morning, your life, your situation, and where you're going with it. So thank you, Teresa. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you being here. There was something else I was going to say real quick. I can't remember what it is. And each and every one of you that are on here, thank you for coming. This is to not benefit us, but to benefit you, to just help you to process life differently. So until we meet again, have a great day and thank you for being here.